Yo, if you clicked on this video, that tells me you are interested in seeing what this patch 2.4 has to offer, and more so on a genuine reaction of seeing it for the first time, unsponsored. Nobody's paying me for this. Just check as many views as subscribers as I have, and that will tell the story. I am low man on the totem pole. Nobody gives a shit about what I have to say, but if you clicked on the video, give it a chance. You never know. So, seeing this firsthand, the ladder launched with the patch update officially. I believe it was April 13th or 14th. I don't know the date specifically. I just know it was the middle of April. And just going to take a look at it and see for myself. I have read the patch notes, but I want to see it with my own two eyes and get a first-hand experience to see what changes have been made, if I agree with them, if anybody cares what I have to say, if you agree with me, so on and so forth. Additionally, I'm going to be covering specifically the Druid, because that's what I'm most interested in as far as characters go. Also quality of life changes, also QOL for those of you who don't know. But as you can see in the lower left hand there, Ladder Season 1 has begun, exclamation point, as if that's some sort of achievement. But I guess I won't take away from them. They seem pretty excited about this, but I shall see for myself. So yeah, I'll be covering the Druid, looking over the skills, testing the ladder, and just giving you my overall feedback of seeing this for the first time. My reaction. Playing in the current ladder, making a new character, obviously a Druid, and yeah, here we go. Not gonna get too creative with the name. I'm just checking this out. I did set the game down back in February because I had it up to here, quote unquote, and I was just done with the game altogether. So not much is gonna bring me back, but we'll see. Gonna see what the matchmaking is like here. About 2-3 weeks into the ladder, we'll see if anybody's starting fresh. Oh, and there we go, joining game. So I can already tell the loading screen is gonna be complete bullshit, as it was before. Strike number one, I guess, on the quality of life changes. I don't understand why PS4 just, they won't optimize it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's a 4th gen console. Say what you will, but with all the technological advances we have, there is no excuse why a PS4 can't keep up with a PS5 loading a 20-year-old game. I would understand if a game was optimized for the PS5 and then the PS4 couldn't keep up with it, but this is a 20-year-old PC game, okay? A shitty old laptop could handle this game better than the PS4. So that right there, they didn't change that or address that, so not looking too good coming out of the gates, guys. So we'll see how many people are actually in this session. That really won't be a good gauge anyhow. I mean, well, damn. Okay, so we got into a full session, and would you look at that, there's actually another Druid in here. But as you can see, Paladin, Sorceress, Paladin, Amazon, it's all the same shit, guys. Check out the skills here. Just gonna brush over them, maybe check them in depth a little later, but yeah, just keeping up with it. The patch from day one to the launch of the ladder, seeing how the same 3 characters are always featured as this one's totally overpowered, or the new meta build, the new alpha meta supernova build. It's always the same 3 guys: Paladin, Amazon, Sorceress, and it's just a vicious cycle between those 3 characters. And that's why I like to focus on less played, because variety, man. This game has it, but it doesn't cater to it. You've got 7 characters to choose from, and you only run into 3 on a regular basis. It just limits the diversity of that the game has, the potential it has, and I don't see anything changing so far at my first reaction here. But just going over these skills, I'm looking at synergies. Not much has changed other than a couple bumps in percentage of damage, and I know the werebear got an uninterruptible attack, which is a plus, but they didn't fix the other two things, the maul and the shockwave. Still, the shapeshifting is favorable to the werewolf, and I just can't understand why that is. Yeah, this druid was not given the attention that it needed. Again, the same with the other four, or other three rather, unplayed characters, or least played, and that is the barbarian, the assassin, and I would argue the necro is the next least, although that would probably be the fourth. He's the middleman. He's the, he's got a foot on the living and in the undead side. So yeah, just not much has changed. I know you can have all your summons out as the druid. It still feels lackluster, and I actually wanted to touch on a few things since I'm just kind of seeing this, and I never got to put it in my other video about the improvements I would like to see with the druid, because they obviously didn't give a shit. They're just like, let's do as little as we can to make it look like we actually gave a shit about characters like the druid, but then at the same time, let's not give them too much, because then that will take away from paladins and sorceresses and the desert mercenary, the Act 2 mercenary. Yeah, let's keep that up there. So first impressions all around, guys, not impressed. I am not impressed. It looks the same to me as if I was picking up D2R for the first time, or 20 years ago playing Lord of Destruction expansion, seeing the same formula, man. Just, yeah, it's a full lobby. That much is improved upon, as you can actually play with people from the get-go now on console, but you're still playing with the same fucking 3 types of characters, and I guarantee you they don't have a mercenary yet, because they're waiting to get to Act 2 to get fucking Buffs R Us, Mr. Desert Mercenary. I'm just checking to see if there's any way to chat now. I haven't read that in the notes on PS4 specifically. I don't know about the other consoles or platforms that it's on, but PS4, not seeing it. Still has the stupid emote wheel, which is, yeah, nothing here. Nothing to write home about when it comes to this. Communication is still like caveman style. Ooh, me druid, me Jan, me Tarzan, haha. Nothing to it, guys. No quality of life changes there. Still can't do anything with the mini map, meaning you can't scroll through it to try and get to a top corner to see if you've explored all the way up there and you've gotten to the border or the edge of the map, to see if, like, you haven't found the entrance to the next level, and being able to scroll through the map to see where you've been and where you haven't been. Still not there on console, at least PS4. So yeah, I probably won't be playing this game. I mean, take that for what you will. I'm just being honest. Oh, and look at that. Whatever they did, however they changed it, now nothing gets recorded in the message log. So whether someone joins your game, leaves your game, I don't know, maybe quests don't show up in the message log now. Yeah, they definitely broke something there, so hopefully they're not done updating this.
Is that all of them?
Is that all? That is all, Mr. Druid Man. Mr. Werebear, werewolf form, changing summoner, piece of trash, jack of all trades, master of none, man. Oh, and look, another sorceress jumps in. Who'da thunk? So yeah, real quick, guys, with the last couple minutes here, I just want to give you what I would like to see with the druid and actually balancing this game. Balancing something is not some crazy concept that only you know, math nerds can understand. It's as simple as looking at a scale or a teeter-totter. Okay, that's what balance is. Is one side up over the other and vice versa? Is one side way too low? You gotta balance to get it centered, level, you know, meet in the middle. So first and foremost, guys, the mercenaries. Okay, Act 2 specifically. What is the best way to fix Act 2 being the only mercenary you'll see aside from maybe Act 5 mercenary now? Take Infinity away from him. Make Infinity a melee, or rather just specifically a sword rune word, so the Act 3 mercenary can use it. Then that makes the Act 3 mercenary actually usable. Then you can justify having an Act 3 mercenary. Yeah, they don't have the best damage output, but the Act 2 mercenary does. So don't let him have the best of both worlds. He shouldn't get to have his cake and fucking eat it too. Nobody else in this world does. So balance it out. Give Act 3 mercenary the best rune word, and leave Act 2 mercenary as the best damage output mercenary who already has auras. Okay? He doesn't need to be just on the next level OP. He has been for 20 plus years now. Let's switch some shit up. Okay? So that's what I would like to see change first of all, is make Infinity a sword rune word and get rid of the pole arms, the pole axe, spears, and all that. Next up, let's see. Instead of making the trophy level 99 and that being everybody's end game for a ladder, make it like 95 and then make 99 something additional to that. Like maybe your magic find doubles when you hit level 99, or maybe it doubles when you hit level 96. You know, I don't know. It's just something new to think about. Now I would like to get one thing straight. The single most important thing about this game, what can be attributed to this game's longevity, which inevitably led it to getting a reboot, was the mods. The mods are the only thing that kept this game alive, and the players that made those mods. It wasn't the core of this game, because the game was broken in so many ways that people had to make mods to compensate for that. And that's the only reason why this game lasted the test of time. It wasn't because it had the perfect formula for drop rates, character builds, diversity of the builds, having all characters be usable in every situation. Nothing like that. It was the mods, guys. Okay, so with that said, this game still has so much more room for improvement. Okay, and just looking at the druid alone, because I could cover each one of the characters and classes, and I don't have time for that because this game is still broken as far as I'm concerned. It just tailored to the same formula that existed 20 years ago, and nothing different helped to balance it out. So rapid fire here, guys. Just buff offline and single player drop rates and get rid of stash share. That will fix everybody's bitching about the game being too easy. Okay, make it so you can't swap items between characters, so you have to play with those characters to get items for them, but make drop rates a lot more lenient in offline or single player. Okay, fix the cannot be frozen against auras. Introduce cannot be poisoned items. Make Hurricane actually slow enemies instead of just dealing cold damage. It makes absolutely no sense. And change the bear's attack. The summon bear. Like, it's so robotic the way the bear attacks. It's just one swipe with its paw and that's it. Give it a maul, you know, take maul away from the werebear shapeshifter form, give it to the actual bear, and give the bear, a werebear, a different attack. Or better yet, get rid of werebear since it's completely useless, and introduce something new, like maybe a yeti, or like a croc, or a minotaur. You know, switch it up. Introduce something new and change the game actually a little bit. Don't just alter and tweak little knobs and switches here and there and say, look guys, we did it. We made a new game. We fixed all the balance issues. Maybe give the druid some new summons, or switch some summons out. Ravens are trash. I don't care who you are or what you have to say. Ravens suck, okay? Maybe switch it out for hawks. I don't know. Maybe don't have a flying mount or a flying summon. Give them a chupacabra, some mythical creature that doesn't actually roam the earth, you know, a Tasmanian tiger, something like that. Or hyenas, I don't know. Give tornadoes area of effect. Make it so that the faster you cast your fissure, the more it opens so you can actually hit the target you're aiming at. Give vines ground damage like they have thorns, like ooh, ow, ee, ah, ooh. Don't just make them passive. It makes no sense. Maybe give 2 types of bears? I don't know, guys. I'm just spitballing ideas here on how to actually change the druid. Yeah, like I said, the hurricane should slow enemies that are trapped inside of it, not just hit them periodically with cold damage. I mean, I think it's 1 cold damage every 1 second. That the damage output doesn't even compete with any of the other characters that are literally based on how fast they can cast or how fast they can attack. But yeah, this video pretty much says it all. It'll be my last D2R video for a long time, if not forever, because I will not be picking this game back up. I'm just I'm happy that someone tried, at least tried, okay? Shout out to Vivacious for at least trying, but man, fanboys are just one hell of a force to try and overcome and actually create a product that has the potential to bring in more people rather than just basically cater to the people who pay the bills, essentially. But if you haven't noticed already, my character's name pretty much says it all, guys. If you can't think for yourself and you just swear up and down by this game, you live, breathe, and die by it. But thanks for watching, guys. Check out my channel. Like, dislike, share the video, leave comments, leave feedback, start a discussion. I want to know what you think, whether or not you agree or disagree with me. I don't care, you know, I count the view as a win. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down. Give me your honest opinion here, guys. And just one last little tidbit for the argument that this game barely changed at all. It was a 1.562 gigabyte update, and it only took 6 minutes. Destiny 2 has a 30 to 60 minute update every week, guys. Every week.